In today's news, Lewis and Guishard charged with firearm and drug possession offences. And the BVI Football Association's buses vandalized for a third time, costing the Football Association thousands of dollars. And research suggests that there's little appetite for political advancement, says Honorable Carver Malone. And the Education Ministry receives an increase in applications for incoming students in 2022. Well, viewers, these and more stories when 284 News return.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Well, welcome viewers to the Thursday, September 1st edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. Well, we start today's newscast with a recent arrest matter, where a man and a woman have been charged with firearm and drug possession offences following a late-night operation by the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force on Tuesday. But the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force gave the confirmation in a media release today, stating that the two were apprehended after a routine search of the rental vehicle the couple was in uncovered the illegal items. But there are 42-year-old Siobhan Lewis, a resident of Jacksonville, Florida, and 25-year-old Rondella Guishard of Horsepath, Tortola, who were both charged with carrying a firearm without a license and unlawful possession of ammunition. Well, Lewis was additionally charged with possession of a controlled drug with intent to supply, unlawful possession of cannabis, and landing in the territory without leave of an immigration officer. But the police said other charges may be pending. But according to the police, a semi-automatic gun, ammunition, cash, marijuana, and ecstasy pills were all found inside the vehicle, which was parked in the parking lot of the Hodges Creek Marina. But the police said, and I quote, well, after detecting the scent of marijuana, the male driver was questioned and subsequently searched along with the female and the vehicle. A semi-automatic pistol and 2 loaded magazines with a total of 24 rounds of ammunition were uncovered, with close to 240 grams of suspected cannabis and over $4,000 in cash was also found. While a search of the driver's accommodations further uncovered a large quantity of pills suspected to be ecstasy, the RVPF stated. While Inspector overseeing the unit, Derville Carty, said these officers consistently go beyond the call of duty, even in the midnight hours. He said not always does it bear fruit, but he noted that this time it did, adding that his officers will continue to keep the pressure on. Well, Lewis and Guishard will appear in court at the next available sitting. Well, moving on, viewers, where the BVI Football Association is appealing to residents in the East End Longlock community to provide any information that can lead to the apprehension of lawless perpetrators who have now for the third time damaged one of their buses. Well, the appeal comes on the heels of an incident that occurred on the compound of the BVI Football Association East End location, which left one of their buses vandalized while on property. Well, speaking on the incident to our media host was General Secretary of the BVI Football Association, Juliana Luke, who said a lawless act has been costing the Football Association thousands of dollars.
Right. Well, every time that happens, it costs about $2,000, in the range of $2,000 to replace any of the glasses. Well, this one might be more, because the entire glass in the back is broken. We are appealing to the public. If you see something, say something, because these buses are not just there to show that the Football Association has money, because whatever monies we have, it is injected into our programs, and our programs are mainly catering for youths. The buses are used to transport the youths to and from training. So we are appealing to the public. If you see something, say something. And for those perpetrators who have been carrying out these willful, disgraceful acts, we ask them to cease and desist.
Well, Luke also spoke on how the incident was discovered, stating that she was at church when she first heard the news.
We serviced the bus on Thursday. The driver picked it up and parked it on Friday. And the person who cleans the yard, he was there on Saturday, and the bus was intact. But he came back on Sunday morning, and he said as soon as he got out of the taxi that dropped him to work, he noticed the glass is broken. And there is when he got someone to take a photo and send it to me while I was in church. That's how I knew that transpired.
While the General Secretary also spoke about the previous incidents when the buses were vandalized.
We have 2 buses, and the 2 of them are vandalized. This one that happened on the weekend, it has happened twice, and the other coaster that happened earlier up in the year in April, and we are still awaiting a window for that one.
Well, Luke said the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force is aware of the incidents and was on the scene on Sunday to conduct their investigations. Well, viewers, up next, research suggests that there is little appetite for political advancement, says Honorable Carvin Malone, and the Education Ministry received an increase in applications for incoming students in 2022. But these and more stories when 284 News return.
You value traditions. Today, you value music. You value education. Family.
I love you.
Service.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Love. Life. At Popular, we're committed to you and everything our community values. For the things you value the most, count on us. Popular.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Hello?
Wait, you had a lunch and care? You don't say you were sick? What happened to over the rehearsal?
No, babe. I'm actually watching the news right now. Take a listen.
Topping our newscast today, UFOs seen around Tortola Pier Park.
And? District 3 residents outraged over no water supply. They simply cannot bathe. These and more stories when 284 News returns. Alright, babe, just get some rest, take 2 Advil, and I'll see you later. Bye!
Okay, honey. I see you later. I love you.
It's clear to see that Coconut Lounge is a place to be, the coolest cocktail lounge in the British Virgin Islands. A lounge like no other, with welcoming, professional service, and a breathtaking ambiance. Not forgetting a diverse selection of wines, beers, and signature cocktails. Cozy, comfortable, contemporary. Coconut Lounge at Tortola Pier Park. Visit us today.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting. For people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Well, welcome back, viewers. While British overseas territories, inclusive of the British Virgin Islands, have little appetite for greater political independence, But this is one of the conclusions which was emerged from research being conducted by Territorial at-Large Representative Carver Malone surrounding the One BVI agenda. Although some may disagree with the statement and themselves believe that the territory has a growing hunger for independence and greater political autonomy, Malone lamented that he had to agree with published research on the topic, which suggests that these are the views of a minority.
Well, they said that if you put it to a vote today in each and every one of the territories, you'll fail.
That's what they're saying.
Yes, right.
What do you say?
I'm saying if you put it to the vote today, we fail.
And we will fail because of what?
We fail because the governance of our people, by our people, or people don't trust us to do this.
Well, one supporting document of Malone's statement is the 15th report of session 2017 to 2019 of the House of Commons Foreign Affairs Committee titled Global Britain and the British Overseas Territories, Resetting the Relationship. Well, the report noted in item 3 of its introduction that the UK's relationship with the overseas territories have been under the spotlight in recent years for several reasons, including the Brexit vote in 2016 and its potentially systematic impact of several overseas territories, Hurricanes Irma and Maria in 2017, and a consideration in an approval by Parliament in 2018 of the Sanctions and Anti-Money Laundering Act requiring registers of beneficial ownership to be published in the overseas territories, a move which was criticized by some overseas territories as unconstitutional. But despite these areas of concern and disagreement over the years, the UK Commission report maintained that the territories are proud to remain British overseas territories and stated that, and I quote, "The evidence we received suggests that for many people in the overseas territories, Global Britain is a living reality. These territories are not part of the UK, but they see themselves as members of a global British family," end quote. While others noted evidence in this report, however, did find that this was not a universal feeling. Well, viewers, former governor of Bermuda, George Ferguson, is quoted as expressing that, and I quote, "There will always be a degree of confusion and pushing and pulling, and that the relationship between the United Kingdom and the overseas territories are almost fated to be difficult," end quote. What this he explained is because each territory differs in what relationship it wants from the UK, and while some indeed want some more autonomy, others want to be closer to the UK, and the remainder seems to be happy with the status quo. Well, it was Dr. Peter Clegg of the University of West England who was quoted as saying that there is little appetite in the overseas territories for independence, and suggesting that there is a general satisfaction with the existing status quo despite occasional difficulties in relations. Well, Malone, speaking on the history of political advancement of the region, said, "In the past, the BVI has had the opportunity to break away from the United Kingdom, but chose not to. Well, now decades later, as other former British territories in the region advanced to a republic, he questioned the BVI's next step."
From 1962, the West Indian Act, when we broke away from the Federation, we had a choice either to go, and I call it semi-independence, because the Queen is still the particular sovereign body of most of these, quote-unquote, Antigua and St. Vincent and a number of other places, right? We had that choice. We decided to stay where we were. So what I'm saying is that what is our next step is what we have to do. And what I'm saying is that in my research, it is said that the UK has felt that whether it is Bermuda, Turks and Caicos, Caymans, BVI, Anguilla, Montserrat, it does not seem as if there's any appetite by the majority of the population to go that other step. They will rather stay as British overseas territories.
Malone noted that this threatens the already adjusted timelines for C24, the special committee convened by the United Nations on the situation with regards to the implementation of the Declaration on the Granting of Independence to Colonial Countries and Peoples and the 2030 Agenda.
This is what the research is saying. They're saying that to C24 that you have this 2030 agenda, you have moved it a number of times, and you're going to have to move it again because there's no appetite from the majority of citizens within each of these territories for any further advancement.
Well, moving on, viewers, where this week educators from across the territory are participating in a series of activities and discussions organized by the Ministry of Education in recognition of Professional Development Day. Well, the week began with an annual Professional Development Day conference, during which teachers were reminded of the importance of the work that they do and the value they bring to the territory. While addressing the ceremony, Acting Chief Education Officer Dr. Connie George spoke of the need for teachers to be recognized as indispensable members of the Virgin Islands society, particularly in the era of a growing population. Well, Dr. George, who also spoke to the crucial role of teachers in guiding the next generation, shared some recent stats on the growing number of students in the territory.
As of the 25th of August, 2022, a total of 784 applications were received in the ministry for incoming students. This shows an increase of 32 more than we had last year. Of the 752 in 2021. The applications included primary and secondary applicants for both public and private schools. We had 262 kindergarten level. So you have a lot of little people coming to us. And then we had 340 at the secondary level. I share that information to let you know that each one of us, we are getting an opportunity to nurture, to train, and facilitate learning for these young people. These foundational years are crucial.
Well, Dr. George believes that many who would have doubted the importance of teachers prior to the COVID-19 pandemic have emerged from the past 2 years with a new appreciation for the dedication and the resilience of the territory's teachers. With this, she said, needs to be coupled with the teacher's own sense of self-worth and ownership of the work they do.
Educators, you have been integral. I want to boost you a little bit. You have been integral to the continued growth and development of this territory. You are valuable. You believe me? You are valuable. Each one of you have a role to play. And I call each one of you a leader today. Everyone, you're a leader. Why do I say leader? Because it means that each one will take ownership of the process and do your part to ensure success. Every one of you must be aware that you cannot be very easily replaced.
Well, viewers, in the new school year, several new teachers, principals, and staff will be joining in on existing teams in the territory at various levels. Well, Dr. George issued a hearty welcome to all who will be joining the teams, including several personnel who were newly appointed to join the fraternity of principals in the territory.
I want to specifically welcome to this leadership pool Ms. Kara Chalwell as Assistant Principal of the Francis Letson Primary School. Thank you. All right, thank you. Ms. Janelle Reimer. Assistant Principal, Enos Adams Primary School. Mrs. Lisa Vanterpool Nelson, Acting Principal of the Claudia Creaky Primary Elementary Secondary School. And then we have Dr. Fiona Meyer, Head of the Primary of Cedar International. Let's welcome her, please. Congratulations to each of you on your new assignment and welcome to the leadership team.
Well, viewers, tomorrow the Ministry of Education will host an orientation for all incoming teachers to prepare them for the upcoming team, which is scheduled to commence on Monday, September 5th. Well, up next, viewers, the Rotary Club of Tortola's Grand Raffle joined us this Sunday, and House of Assembly pays tribute to the late Emmett Caines and pledges support for Honorable Maduro Caines. But we get to those two stories after a word from our sponsors.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
The beautiful Virgin Islands, or nature's little secret as some prefer, where the weather stays warm and the drinks stay cold, where men in wigs get their lawyer bills paid by governments and governments lose planes, where walls are built and prisoners escape. You vacation where we suffer. BVI love.
Welcome back, viewers. Where the Rotary Club of Tortola will on Sunday, September 4th, draw its grand raffle winner for a grand prize of $20,000. Well, the drawing will be a part of the horse racing activities at the Ellis Thomas Downs in Seacoast Bay. Well, past President Ken Morgan, in an exclusive interview with our Ron Grant, spoke about the fundraising initiative, which serves as the catalyst for Rotary projects when giving back to the BVI community.
Well, fundraising is very important for our club and for the projects that we do in the community. Obviously, we get involved in a lot of different things, be it repairing buildings after the hurricane or getting school supplies together for children returning to school, helping with hospital projects, and helping with things like financial literacy in the community and things like that. So we do fundraising events from time to time to support that. This cash raffle is certainly one of them, and we did one a couple of years ago, which was very successful. We're in the middle of our second one now, and as you said, we're having the grand draw for a prize of $20,000 on Sunday at the horse races at the Ellis Thomas Downs, and we're looking forward to a good day. We're going to have people there selling tickets in advance of the draw, which I expect will take place after the last race on the day. So we're hoping for a good turnout from the public to enjoy the races and also enjoy the participating in the raffle and looking forward to the draw.
Well, Mr. Morgan also reminded persons of how they can get tickets as well as the cost per ticket.
The tickets are $20 each. The draw is for $20,000 cash. As I said, tickets are available from Rotary Club members. We'll also have one or two retail outlets selling them, places like Little Switzerland, Tico, 7 on the Pier, and places like that. There's also Virgin Gorda Yacht Harbour for those over in Virgin Gorda. And we'll be out selling on Saturday, the day before the races, at Rightway and possibly at One Mart or Clarence Thomas. We'll certainly put out on social media when those tickets will be for sale, but it would be probably from 9 till about noon. So when you go do your shopping at Rightway, you'll have a chance to stop off and buy a couple of tickets as well and participate in the draw, which will take place the next day.
Well, moving on to our final story, viewers, where tributes and condolences took center stage ahead of the discussions at Tuesday's sitting of the House of Assembly, as representatives from both sides reflected on the passing of the late Emmett Caines, while offering support to his wife, Junior Minister for Tourism, Honorable Alvira Maduro Caines. Our Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley said he spoke for the entire government of the Virgin Islands as he expressed condolences by the 6th District representative and the rest of the Caines family.
On behalf of the whole government of the Virgin Islands, I want to extend to our colleague, our friend, Honorable Alvira Maduro Caines, and the family of the late Emmett Caines, my sincere condolences. Certainly, our colleague is hurting right now because she has lost her life partner. And certainly, words cannot express the sadness and the grief that she would be going through right now. But we pray that God wraps his comforting and healing arms around her and the family in this difficult time. And we, as her colleagues, stand beside her and we support her and we love her and we will help her through this difficult period.
While the Premier also urged members of the public to send their thoughts and prayers and condolences to the family in a respectful manner and to allow them to do time to grieve this loss. While sharing similar sentiments, Opposition Leader Honorable Julian Fraser reflected on understanding the process of grief, as it is one of the most uncertain and painful experiences that is shared between human beings.
Madam Speaker, we don't have a blueprint for dealing with matters like this. Because if we do, it will be simple and the pain will be less. This is a road that all of us at some point in our lives have to travel. Had you known, or if anyone is to know what the future holds, they would deal with the present a whole lot different.
Meanwhile, Junior Minister for Trade and Economic Development, Shireen Flatz-Charles, sent deep condolences to the Caines family and described the late Emmett Caines as a generous man and a genuinely kind friend. Flatz-Charles said that Caines would be deeply missed and pledged support to Maduro Caines in navigating this period. While also speaking on the need to support Maduro Caines at this difficult time was Representative for the 9th District, Honorable Vincent Wheatley, who worried that Maduro Caines will find it difficult to navigate the days ahead without her greatest supporter.
What I remember most about Emmett was his great support for Honorable Caines. I don't know how she will manage without that tower of support that he represented there in her life. She believed in him and he believed in her.
A longtime friend of Caines, Territorial At-Large Representative Honorable Carvin Malone, said that despite the terrible feeling that his theft has brought to the territory, he is choosing to remember the deceased for his great contributions to the Virgin Islands and his long decades of dedication, which began at a tender age.
He will be remembered basically for the contributions that he have made here since he hailed here from, I understand, the age of 16 or 17. So many moons. I think he turned 65 just not long ago. So builders of the Virgin Islands, builders of legacy, and my friend will always be remembered and cherished by those persons who can offer public sentiments and those who basically will cry secretly and remember all of that he has done for them.
Well, viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.
Yo, everything good there? Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you, know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What's your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to...
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.